have the object made in wax. Okay, let me start this over. This particular assignment does not cover rubber or silicone mold making. This is just the lost wax waste mold. Okay, so nothing about rubber molds is in this. So they already have their wax bowl right here. This little guy right here is called a gate. It's where the glass flows into the model. Okay, this is his reservoir. It's imperative that you have a reservoir on your object. Reason being is, so this is them making the mold, which I'll go over. So they've made the mold with their plaster silica. Here, they're using a wallpaper steamer, and they're steaming the wax out. Does everybody know why we steam the wax out? Okay. In bronze casting, you can melt the wax out because of ceramic shell molds.
Yeah.
In glass, the molds are susceptible to heat damage. They can't go up and come back down. They, once you subject it to heat, that's it. You don't get another chance. You can't take it up to 400 degrees, melt out the wax, bring it back down to temperature, flip it over and fill it with glass, because after you do that, it starts to deteriorate. Once the mold is fired to a certain degree, if you try to refire it, the mold starts to break down and won't withstand the temperatures for the casting. So you have to steam out the wax instead of melting out the wax. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So you place the little steamer up in there, and the steam comes out at roughly 275 degrees, which is 25 degrees above the melting temperature for wax. So it usually takes about, depending on what you make, like this little guy would probably take half hour, 45 minutes to steam out. Okay. So they steamed out their wax, have a hollow cavity. Now they fill it with water, and they weigh their water, and that tells them how much glass they need to use, because every glass has a certain specific gravity, and specific gravity is every material in the world has a specific gravity. Okay, metal has a specific gravity. Glass, each different glass has a specific gravity, and everyone's specific gravity is based off the fact that 1 pound of water equals this many pounds of that material. So by filling it with water and then weighing your water, you multiply it by the glass's specific gravity, and you get the weight of your glass. What I wanted to talk about is this right here. This is the important part. So this is, the mold's been steamed out, and we have two different techniques here, where you place the glass just in the reservoir and melt it down, similar to open face casting. So it's the exact same thing, where you have the open face mold and you place your chunks in, and then you just melt them down. That's as straightforward as can be. We're also going to be doing flower pot casting in this class. So flower pot casting is exactly what you see here. You suspend the flower pot above the mold and melt the glass up here and have it run down in. Okay, does that everyone follow with that?
Mm-hmm.
So this is just a terracotta flower pot from Home Depot. Okay, you fill it up with glass. The glass melts up here, flows down in here. Does anybody see that roll of paper? That big roll of paper or roll.